Hey everyone, it's Leon here. If you're watching this, you're probably getting ready to deliver an ultimate challenge, whether that's on site or as a remote host. There's only really a few small differences between the two. On site, you have slightly more control over the sort of overall setup, the audio, making sure everybody can see and hear you, and there's audio at the end when you're about to do your wrap up, that sort of thing. You might even hand out iPads if you're on site. Otherwise, people can still use their phones. It would work the same way. For remote events, you, as I said, have slightly less control. Not everybody listens when you're on screen, or perhaps you can't hear or you can't see them. And so I think I'm going to do this brief as if I was remote. And there's also two differences, I guess, in remote events. It can either be everybody joins on their own devices on the Zoom call. So you might have 40 people join the Zoom call. Or in this example, I'll be in a auditorium or a conference room, and I'm nice big on screen. Everybody can see and hopefully hear me. All right, so let's get into it. Typically, something I do before, as people sort of arrive, I have a holding slide up on screen. This is more or less what it should look like. Just reminding everybody, are they in numbered teams? Do they have the Mobile Adventures app? Do they know their end location? That sort of thing. All right, so here we go. Right, welcome ladies and gents. I hope you guys are excited for your activity today. Before we get started, just a quick reminder, you need an app today. The app is called Mobile Adventures. If you don't have that yet, you can go wherever you get your apps from. As I said, it's called Mobile Adventures. And the other thing that's really important, we want to make sure everybody has a team number. You need to know which team number you're in. You're going to need that a little bit later. Right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some slides up on screen. If by the end of it you have no idea what this guy's on about, don't worry. Someone in your team will hopefully be able to pay attention, or has paid attention, and be able to help you out for today's challenge. Right, so ladies and gents, welcome to the ultimate challenge. Now the aim for today, really simple. You want to score as many points as possible. Team with the most points at the end of the challenge will be our winning team. Now, as I've said, make sure that you know which team number you're in. And the other step that's really important you can do at the end of this brief is you need to nominate a team captain. Now, don't worry if you get nominated as the captain. You're not going to do a lot more than everybody else. Everyone sees exactly the same questions and challenges. It's just whoever selects that they are the captain for your team, their device is the only one that can input the answers. Now, here's what the app should look like. And as I said, I'm going to share an access code with you. You're going to type that in and then click on download game. You'll then need to select your team number from a list of numbers. You also need to select whether you are the captain for your team or a player. And then the last few steps, you need to take a selfie. So you're going to tap the center of the screen to take a selfie. There where he's put John, you can put your own name. Or if you're doing this as a team today and only one of you is really going to join, you can do a group selfie. Tap the center of the screen, take a group selfie where he's put John. You can put a wacky team name. And then at the bottom, click on join game. At the start, the first thing that you'll see is the tap here to start button. This you can sort of do while you're still in the conference room here with me, because if you have any questions, this would probably be a good time to sort of ask. You're going to click on tap here to start. It's going to give you a short recap of everything that I've said and a disclaimer. Once you hit next or done, the GPS hotspots in the nearby area will unlock. Now, you and your team, you're represented by this small yellow dot, and you need to walk to or drive to or get to any of these hotspots in any order that you like. When you get close enough, a message will pop up letting you know you've got some challenges to complete. Here's a quick example of what those questions and challenges will look like. On the left, we have a typical question challenge. Everyone in your team sees the question. You'll see how many attempts you have. Might even see a photo or a video. But the captain in your team, they're the only one that can see the answer box or can input an answer. And for the photo and videos on the right, again, everyone sees the challenge, but the captain is the only one that can take the photo or record the video. Some top tips for these photo and video challenges. They're getting live scored by myself today, so make sure you add creativity, you add humor, score maximum points. Also, if you can do these in landscape, they come out slightly bigger, slightly better quality, and that way you're going to score better points. If you need any help throughout today's challenge, you can click on the messaging system in the app, find the Game Master, and then ask for help. You can also click on rejoin meeting. That'll open up Zoom on your device, and you're going to hop into this call where I will definitely be able to help you out. Some top tips before we send you off. Complete challenges as you unlock them. Some of these challenges are location specific. The game relies on GPS, so try not to switch off your signal. Photo and video challenges, make sure to do them in landscape, and then don't forget to add creativity and humor to score maximum points. The game is roughly 90 minutes today, which means at exactly 3 o'clock, the game is going to stop. You won't be able to enter any more questions or any more answers. And then 5 minutes later, we want to do a wrap up. We're going to do it back here at the restaurant. It's called Restaurant Britannic. Make sure you're back here before 5 minutes past 3. That way we can sort of start the wrap up and results as soon as everybody's here. A top tip for that, perhaps make sure you do some of the furthest challenges first and work your way back towards your end location. Here's that game code now. If anybody's got any questions, now would be a good time to walk slightly closer to the computer, come and ask me or type it in the chat. Otherwise, start typing in the game code. Remember to select your team and make sure everyone in your team, you select the same number. Make sure to discuss who's going to be the captain. Without a captain, you can't score any points today. And then if you're ready, you're welcome to go ahead and get started. Complete those first steps. You can do that right here with me, and then head outside and find your first hotspot. Right, so that's typically the briefing and what I would say for most of it. Depending on the group, somebody might interrupt you, or it's up to you to really, I guess, go through that and adapt however you need to. That last slide I typically leave on screen until they leave, just to make sure they've got the game code. If they want to take a photo of it, they can do that. If perhaps I can add the end locations, time, and sort of address or whatever on that slide, just to make sure that people don't always listen, or if it's there while they sort of leaving, hopefully that sticks in their minds with them. I think that's everything in terms of this the sort of the briefing. I have done a previous video or a different video on GMHQ, so what you're sort of doing during the event. Definitely go check that out. There's a few cool tips and tricks as well. All right, well, good luck for your next event.